Hello friends, how are you all? Hope everything's good with you. Love you, Ashraf here. So for today's video, we will travel around the world again and let's visit the most beautiful waterfalls in the world. So hope you like our travel for today. Enjoy and thank you all so much for your support and thank you all for watching. See you my friends. IGUAZU Falls. IGUAZU Falls is actually a chain of hundreds of individual waterfalls stretched out almost 3 kilometers to create the world's largest waterfall on the border between Brazil and Argentina on the IGUAZU River. The visual and sound effects of all this water tumbling down some 70 meters is truly like nothing else in the world. One of the most well-known facts about IGUAZU Falls is that it's actually split across 2 countries. Yes, that's right. The waterfalls are divided by the massive IGUAZU River. Although they both share a fair portion of the hundreds of waterfalls, you should know that 80% of them reside on the Argentinian side. Despite that being evenly distributed, both sides present wildly different views, IGUAZU Falls history, and endless angles to enjoy them from. There are many trails and walkways through IGUAZU Falls in South America, all of which are super easy to navigate. On the Brazilian side, you'll find one long pathway that goes along the river and gives you amazing views of the IGUAZU waterfalls. The 275 falls at IGUAZU together make up the largest waterfall system in the world. Victoria Falls. On the Zambezi River between Zimbabwe and Zambia, the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Victoria Falls is another of the planet's most beautiful and impressive waterfalls. It's known locally as the smoke that thunders. During the rainy season, you can expect to get soaked walking along the trail on the Zimbabwe side, where the best views of the falls are found. The Zambian side takes you up to close and personal with the impressive wall of water that plunges over a 1.7 kilometer wide that is more than 100 meters deep. You can even swim in Devil's Pool, which is literally at the top of the falls on the Zambian side. The falls were first seen by European eyes when David Livingstone discovered them in 1855. The flow of the Zambezi and water levels changed from September to December. This allows daredevils to swim to the very edge of Victoria Falls in a naturally formed pool and look down into the chasm below. The falls are 1,708 meters wide and 108 meters high. HAVASU Falls. HAVASU Falls is the most beautiful of the 5 HAVASU waterfalls that plummet over orange-red cliffs into bright turquoise-blue pools in a side canyon of the Grand Canyon. The waterfalls are located on the HAVASU Indian Reservation and can only be accessed by an overnight 10-mile hike that requires advance reservation and payment of fees. No day hiking is allowed, and you must spend at least 1 night at the campground in the canyon. Most people spend 3 nights. The number of people allowed into the canyon is limited, and there's often a waiting list to experience this bucket list worthy waterfall. The hike to HAVASU Falls from the trailhead is 10 miles. It's an easy-to-navigate trail that meanders through a lovely orange canyon as you make your way to the 8 miles to the town of Sapay to check in, and another 2 miles from there to the campground and HAVASU Falls itself. The reason of extraordinary blue of HAVASU, that is, the waters are saturated with potassium and magnesium carbonate, which is washed away from rocky bed. All the year round, water here at the same temperature, minus 21 degrees. Angel Falls, located in Venezuela. Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall at a staggering 979 meters or 3,212 feet. This is 15 times higher than Niagara Falls for comparison. The water comes from the Churon River and does a free fall drop over the edge of a mountain into a set of white water rapids below. There is a second drop of 30 meters just beyond the rapids. To reach the falls, however, is not easy. You'll have to first catch a small plane to the town of Canaima, and then it is a one-day boat ride to the falls. Niagara Falls. It isn't the largest waterfall in the world, but Niagara Falls is certainly impressive in its scope and power. It is comprised of 3 waterfalls, the largest of which is Horseshoe Falls, straddling between the border of USA and Canada. The water cascades 614 feet down Niagara Gorge. The falls can be viewed from a number of viewpoints in New York and Ontario. Cave of the Winds is one of the most unique viewpoints. The first person to survive a trip over Niagara Falls in a barrel was a 63-year-old school teacher. Seeking fame and fortune, Annie Taylor loaded herself and her cot up in a barrel and descended over the falls in 1901. It is illegal to make an attempt to go over the falls, and those who do so are fined $10,000. In 1848, for 30 hours, when ice fields from Lake Erie jump at the source of the river. DUDASAGAR Falls, located in India. One of India's tallest and most impressive waterfalls, DUDASAGAR Falls cascade down more than 1,000 feet in 4 tiers at nearly 100 feet wide. The speed and force with which the water falls and sprays also gives DUDASAGAR Falls its Sea of Milk nickname, because this is the illusion it creates dropping into the Mandovi River below. The term DUDASAGAR in literal terms means the Sea of Milk, and the waterfall owes its name to the famous legend according to which a princess used to take a bath in a lake beside River Mandovi every day. One day, a passerby stopped near the lake and he gazed towards Princess. At that moment, by the time the maid brought her clothes, the princess upturned a jug of milk, lying in front of her so as to create a virtual curtain between herself and the passerby's sight, thus saving her dignity. And since then, as the locals say, this waterfall is there, continuously creating a milk curtain. Only God knows for whom. KATETEUR Falls, located in Guyana. It takes some serious effort to reach KATETEUR Falls, which is hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest in Guyana, but the reward is the world's highest single-drop waterfall at 226 meters or 741 feet. The falls are accessed by regular flights on small planes from the capital city of Georgetown. from the airstrip landing is a 15-minute walk to the top of the falls. Some of the best views, however, are seen flying in and out. Its name is derived from an indigenous legend. The name KATETEUR is derived from the language of the Patamona people, one of the Guyana's many indigenous groups. In the dialect, Kayig Tuwok means old man, and the Teur means fall or falls. Thus, KATETEUR roughly translates as old man's falls. According to some legends, the name is meant as a tribute to Kai, a Patamona leader who saved his people from destruction by another tribe by paddling his canoe over the waterfall in an act of self-sacrifice to Makanoima, the Great Spirit. In recognition of their leader's sacrifice that ensured their safety, Kai's people named the waterfall after him. Yosemite Falls. It is the 5th highest waterfall in the world and the tallest in North America, located in stunning Yosemite National Park. The falls consist of 3 separate falls with a drop of 2,425 feet that give the illusion of one giant cascade of water. Yosemite Falls is fed by snow melt, so to see it at its fullest, visit in late spring or early summer when you can hear it thunder from across Yosemite Valley. By late summer, however, Yosemite Falls has dwindled to just a trickle and can go dry by August. Yosemite's granite rock formation glow like fire at sunset. Sunlight plays amazing tricks at Yosemite, illuminating El Capitan and Half Dome in brilliant reds and oranges. PLITVICE Waterfalls, located in Croatia. The 16 cascading lakes that make up the PLITVICE Waterfalls in PLITVICE Lakes National Park in Croatia are an extraordinary sight. What makes these waterfalls really special, though, are the distinct shades of blues and greens, from aquamarine to emerald and turquoise, that can be seen in the water as it flows over limestone and chalk rocks. All this is surrounded by a lush green landscape that just makes for a visually stunning tableau. Social media picture perfect, this park attracts more than 1 million visitors a year. The lakes are continuously changing color according to the amount of minerals or organisms. The most important ingredient causing the water to turn blue or green is calcium carbonate from limestone rocks. That's it for today, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support. Hope you like our video for today. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you all so much and see you on our next videos.